Hello and welcome to Ananda Permaculture Farm. I'm Manisha and I'm back with another episode of What's Growing. It's early April, we are in the middle of spring, and today is a cloudy day, about 28 degrees Celsius, which is a relief because it's been really hot the last few days. And spring is still in the air, so we can see a lot of flowers blooming and we are making the most of this beautiful season. Today, I'm going to take you for a walk through Bhul Bhulaiya, which is our vegetable garden, and show you everything that I've planted in early spring, which is going to give us fruit over the next few months. So come, let's get started. One of the things that we do in permaculture is temporal stacking. So while one crop is still in the garden, we already plant the next one, which is going to grow up by the time this gets harvested. A case in point is the onion that you see growing in this bed, but you will see that I've already planted okra in the middle of that. So bhindi has already been planted. It's a small plant right now, but by the time it becomes big, it'll be time for us to harvest the onions. So in this way, we've actually got more productivity out of the same piece of land than had I waited for the onions to completely ripen and be harvested before planting another plant. You know, it's amazing how powerful nature is, and these self-seeding tomato plants are a testimony to that. Every year in this exact location, I have a couple of tomato plants which sprout, and they give us so many tomatoes without us really doing too much effort to look after them. So the only thing I do is support them, and that's it. So we have a little bit of cherry tomatoes growing here, and they're all going to ripen quite a lot with the heat building up. At the back here, you see some of the leftover spinach. This is just setting seed now. And soon when it dries up, we will just collect the seed here. And in fact, some of this seed we also share on our seed shop. So if you haven't checked out our seed shop, do visit www.ananda.com/shop and you can buy some of these seeds from there. All right. In this little patch, you will see zucchini, which I've planted here, and it's doing quite well, growing pretty big. And also you will see some chili plants, which we had ratooned last winter, but they have now started giving flower and fruit again. By ratooning, you can actually extend the life of your plant and get a fruit out of it for yet another season. Speaking of ratooning, I've also ratooned all my brinjals last winter. And you can see the patch here. It's all flowering. It's pretty disease free. You can see the flowers coming up in this brinjal plant. I'm particularly happy with the parsley I grew this winter because it's still growing quite strong. And you can see that I keep cutting off all the stems from the sides, but new growth emerges from the center. And this has been really giving me some great parsley, which I'm now drying and actually storing it in jars. So I'm really happy with how this is doing. And in this little patch, I've planted capsicum. And one of the things you should do to get a better capsicum output is to snip the apex so that you get more branching within your crop. You can see what I've done here. I have snipped off the apex here, and now you will see that branching has started to occur all over the plant. And that's what I want. I don't want a thin, tall capsicum plant which will keel over when it has fruit. And I've gone a bit overboard on beans this time because beans is something that we never have enough of. So I've planted beans all over the edge of my gardens because it's a small bush, it doesn't grow too big, and I've lined it up on the edge. So you can see with the sun coming in from the south, the beans get their sun, and then a bigger plant to the north will still continue to do well. This is what we call stacking in permaculture. And the beans are doing great because they've already started getting flowers. So I think I should be inundated with beans quite soon, and I'll be reaching out to you to ask for possible recipes and dishes that I can make with these beans. To my left here is this beautiful little flower patch which we had made exactly with this idea in mind, that a day will come when this little mound will be filled with flowers and will add beauty and charm to this garden. Leave your comments in this video to tell me what you think about this little flower patch in the Bhool Bhulaiya garden. A trip through this garden will be incomplete without talking about the hollyhocks. You know, hollyhocks are so beautiful, and I've always loved how these flowers and plants stand totally erect and, you know, completely burst into a bloom. And these hollyhocks are actually self-seeding again. I didn't plant them, they've grown on their own from last year. So do add flowers to your garden. They add so much charm and beauty, and at the same time they attract pollinators, which are important to pollinate your vegetables as well. Right here you'll see that I've planted a lot of tomatoes, and they're doing pretty well. They've grown quite big. It's time for me to trellis these, and that's exactly what I'm going to do because they've also started flowering. So I'm going to trellis these up, and you can see up here that a trellis has been put up for me by Poli, but I need to put up the strings, which I'm going to do today itself. The advantage of planting some of these small trees like lemons in our beds is that they get taken care of really well. So these are the plants we put last year, and you can see they're already doing really well. And lemons and citrus plants have very shallow roots, so they need much more care than some of the other fruit trees like mangoes or lychees or chikus, which are big trees and have very deep roots. Again, you'll see a lot of capsicum here. Capsicum and beans is something that I'm going to have a lot of, I can tell already. And moving on towards this side, you will see a lot of brinjal, and the plants are looking very healthy. They are intercropped with beans, with chilies, and with some summer squash and zucchini. So there is a lot of mix of things growing, and that's the way we like it to be. And let's just swing here and take a look at these papayas. You know, I've often talked about papaya circles and how they really benefit us, but you will really see this tree as a testimony to how well the papaya circles serve us, because this is a 6-month-old tree and it's already laden with fruit from top to bottom. And I can only attribute it to the papaya circle because it's the same seed that we've been using all these years. Some more tomatoes here. Again, I need to trellis them up. And all this is happening under this happy mango tree. So a lot of times people feel nothing can grow under trees, but just take a look here. I mean, this whole garden is filled with trees and it has vegetables growing under it. So it just goes to show that that is a big myth. Things actually grow under trees. And our walk would be incomplete without putting a spotlight on these little baby mangoes, which have now started developing on the tree. I think we've had some good pollination this time. Now we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that we don't have too many storms and we don't lose a lot of these baby mangoes in heavy winds. You know, my beetroots are still going strong. They are doing well. We are still harvesting them and having them. So it's, you know, winter has come and gone, but these seem to be doing well. And I've already planted a lot of cucumbers and kakadi, which is like this thin cucumber right there at the back. You will see it started flowering already. So that's pretty good news for us. And we'll soon have it climbing up this fence. And that's the reason that I've planted them here on this periphery. This little patch here is filled with summer squash, also known as chappan kaddu. And I'm very excited because it's already flowering, and this makes for a very, very delicious vegetable. So you can see all these plants flowering already, and I'm super excited about our timing and our ability to get so much food out for summer right in time. Well, there is some tomatoes growing here, but you know, I've realized that between putting tomatoes on the fence and putting it on the trellis is much, much better. You know, these tend to like fall over too much when you put them next to the fence, and also you don't get access to the plant from the other side because there's a fence there. So this is a failed experiment for me, and I'm going to now just wait till these plants reach the end of their life and remove them and keep my fences for creepers like cucumbers and bitter gourd and other things like peas, which tend to climb up on the fence. But for tomatoes, I'm going to go with trellis. So that's really it. You can see how much my garden is bustling and filled with vegetables and flowers and fruits of all varieties. So thanks for joining me today on this little walk around Bhul Bhulaiya. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to our channel and look at the other content. You can also go and visit our website where you'll find a lot of blogs and a lot of useful information. And of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media handles at Farm Ananda. So much from me. Ta-da. Bye.